What's going on, guys? Tony Ivanov here with another day trading video lesson, and today we're going to talk about exactly how I made $500 day trading penny stocks while traveling. So I am taking a trip to Los Angeles to visit my good friend, and right now I'm on my traveling laptop, so sorry about the quality. I know it's not HD at all, but this laptop is not very powerful, and it really just freezes when I try to record in 1080p. So I'm using a Surface Pro 3, and that's really all you need to day trade. You don't need a fancy computer. You don't need a massive setup like I usually have. Yes, it does make it easier for sure, but it's definitely not necessary to make some profits. I actually started out with this exact laptop, so it's good to be back on this little thing to see how it runs. So I traded PIXY today, and I made around $500 profit. To be exact, around $463.07. You can see there's the profits, and this is the date today. So being transparent with you guys, not hiding anything whatsoever. And we're just going to go in and break down the trades and exactly why I traded it. So if you didn't know, every single day I give away $25, and it goes to a random commenter from the previous video lesson. I will announce that winner at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around, learn something new, invest in your future, and watch this whole video. So PIXY was the biggest runner today. This has been running for the past few days, and I traded it in the morning one time and then in the midday afternoon right here on this falling wedge. So the first time I traded it was at around market time, or market open. I was in the airport lobby just waiting for my ride, and I identified this sweet trend line on PIXY. So like with every trade, I'm sticking with my number one pattern, and that right now is trading the break of these trend lines. So let me just get that back on. Not sure why. Here, there we go. So there's a trend line, and I simply here, let's just go back in my order history. So the first time I bought this was at 9:51 a.m. I bought 500 shares at $5.17, and then I added another 500 shares at $5.46, hoping for a move higher, breaking out above this level. It got stuffed, so I reduced my risk a little bit, and I sold that 500 shares at $5.56, so that was a 10-cent per share win right there. Main reason why I did that was because I wasn't too confident that it would pop back up, and I didn't want to have to cut my loss all the way down near $5 when I was holding the stock from $5.50. So just a way to reduce my risk, and locked in very small profits along the way. The next sell was the next 500 shares at $5.67. So that was a $0.50 per share win from 500 shares. So that was my winner in the morning. That made me around 288 bucks. Didn't trade PIXY after this. We had one more nice trend line happened at around 10 a.m. but didn't want to trade it because I was in the car driving, so I didn't have time to anyways. Didn't look back at PIXY until midday. So now that it's midday, we're going to go into the 5-minute time frame, and you can see we had this very nice falling wedge. I actually alerted this wedge on my Instagram. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and all my social media. To be frank, it's at Tony Ivanov _. There will be a link in the bio or in the description of this video with all my social media. Highly recommend that you follow me on there, because you can just watch how I live day to day, see where I'm going, and see when I'm trading. So it's a good way to connect with me, and yeah, just to ask me questions and so forth. So traded PIXY once again on the break of this wedge. The main goal with all this trading is to be emotionless. You don't want to try and pick and choose which play is going to work. You just have to identify a play that works more often than not, and then trade every single time that you see that pattern forming. You don't want to hesitate when you see your buy signal, because then by the time that it's gone up enough to be a confirmation, you were too late on your entry. So now you're going to get in with a higher risk, and it's just a bad idea. So what I've learned recently is that you have to just, one, identify a pattern that works for you more often than not, and then two, whenever you see that pattern, don't discriminate and take an entry position once you see that buy signal. So here on the break of this wedge, I bought 800 shares at $5.25, so right on the break right there. And then I sold half of those shares at $5.50, and then I sold the other half at $5.47 as those coming back down, just to lock in my profits, and because we were going out of the house and I didn't want to be stuck in this trade too long. Now, of course, I left a lot on the table. This ran up, after this break of this wedge, it ran up to high of day over $6.21. So if I did hold on to this until $6, which, you know, I could have predicted that top, because one, we had this high of day here at $6.13, and then if we look at the daily chart on PIXY, we have previous chart history that topped out at that level around $6.21 right here. So back in December, the high was $6.17. So you know, if I was a perfect trader, I would have identified this wedge, bought that wedge, and then I would have taken partial profits up along the way to $6.19, because that was the next level of true resistance. But because I am so good at locking in my profits, and I really don't like having my money in the market for too long, I take my profits fast, which is a blessing and a curse, because, you know, it's a blessing when we have those the stocks that, you know, pop up 25 cents and just collapse right away, but it's a curse when we have the stocks that run $1 per share. So I'm really good at taking nice consistent profits. Still need to work on having those profits grow larger, but, you know, as we regain our consistency and as we see this pattern work more often and better and better and better, I will start to raise my profit targets along the way. But right now, the goal for March is just to stay consistent, need to regain that confidence in trading with big size, and then if it goes well, I'll slowly, you know, be more aggressive in these plays. But I'm not going to complain. Made around 500 bucks while traveling, so, you know, I paid off the whole trip in, you know, one morning, which is, you know, a blessing. I used to work at Roundtable, and I was making $8.50 an hour. So to make 500 bucks, it would take me 2 weeks. It was pretty rare after 2 weeks to make 500 bucks, and I worked around like 30 hours a week. So I'm not going to complain whatsoever. 21 years old, made 500 bucks in a single morning. So, you know, I'm really glad that I took the risk of learning how to day trade early on. I started day trading around 2 years ago. So I've been learning for the past 2 years. I've been hustling every single day, learning this craft, and, you know, it's now starting to pay off. So the moral of that story is that you cannot jump into day trading with the expectation of making money right away. You're not going to make money the first week. It is going to take time. It is going to take a lot of effort from you. It is, you know, like a real career. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, but if you do it right and you learn from the right people, you can really change your life and achieve financial freedom, and I know that's what each and every one of us wants. So, with that being said, I want to introduce you to my TradeBuddy chat room. I have a 7-day trial on my TradeBuddy chat room. It has 5 different chat rooms. There's a day trading, swing trading, options, and crypto, and also just a general chat. And just take a minute, look at the page, and invest in your future. It's a 7-day free trial, and after the 7-day trial, it's an extremely affordable price. Most other chat rooms that are of this magnitude are hundreds of dollars per month. Mine is around $25 per month. That's less than $1 per day. And right now it's running 20% off if you click the link down below on the free ebook. So, you know, it's a very affordable option, and, you know, as most entrepreneurs say, if you want to achieve success, you have to surround yourself with people who have the same goals as you, and that's exactly what a chat room does. There are dozens and dozens of traders in there who are on the path of becoming consistently profitable, and there are dozens who are already consistently profitable, including me, giving out alerts every single day and answering all the questions that appear in the chat room. So it's a very useful resource. It's a great way to find stocks that are moving, and a great way just to learn more from people who are doing the same exact thing as you. So invest in your future. Click the link down below to check out the chat room. You can also check out my mentorship program. It's a lifetime access to the chat room and my live stream where you can actually watch me trade live every single morning. You can see my screen and you can hear me commentate for the whole market open, and that's a really great way to learn as well. If you join the mentorship program, it'll take you from A to Z, from knowing nothing about trading whatsoever, and then from knowing the 3 pillars of trading, which what I like to call are 1, technical analysis, 2, trader psychology, and 3, risk management. You need these 3 things if you want to become a profitable day trader. You cannot just have 1 or 2 of them. You have to have all 3 if you want to become really proficient, and that's what I break down in that course. So you can check out the links down below, and it's a really great value. So with that being said, if you didn't know, every single day I give away 25 bucks. The winner today is, I can't pronounce that name, man, I'm sorry. He says, great video. How do you decide when you do take profits? Do you have a set percentage to go for? You said something about 10 to 20%, but how would you choose between these two? So with a small account, I would recommend aiming for just around or even under 10%. Most of these stocks do go higher, yes, but we don't want to get greedy. That's the worst thing that we can do in the market. We don't want to have greed, and we don't want to have fear. We want to leave emotions at the door when the market opens. So now what I aim for is, let's say I'm trading a stock that's $5 per share. I usually aim for 25 cents per share, so just around 5% per trade. And now this does bring my overall daily profits down. This raises my consistency up a lot, because it's a lot more likely to have a stock run 25 cents a share than it is to run 50 cents or even $1 per share. So what I like to do is, let's say I'm trading PIXY. My risk on PIXY was 10 cents a share. So no matter what, my max loss on 1,000 shares was $100. What I do is, once the stock is up 25 cents per share, I like to lock in half my profits. So no matter what, that guarantees that I will at least make a nice small profit on this trade. And then after another 25 cents per share, I lock in more profits, and I just keep locking in profits as it goes up. So you have to have a system of 1, cutting your losses. You have to have a system of 2, taking profits as you get them, and then 3, just managing your risk in general and understanding a pattern that is consistent for you. What I trade may not work for you. Everyone has different styles of trading, and everyone has different levels of risk. I have many students who are able to swing trade a stock, put in 20 grand, and not even look at the stock for 3, 4, 5 days. I personally could never do that. I'm just too anxious when it comes to leaving my money in the market. So that's why I chose to day trade. But you may like to do something else, and that's just completely up to you. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscription, and leave a question down below if you want a chance to win 25 bucks. I will see you guys in the next video. I might not make a video tomorrow because I am traveling. So make sure you take this weekend and study, take action on the future, and click the link down below if you want to learn how to trade and become financially free. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next one.